Hello students, welcome to School Study. In this video, we are continuing with chapter first and the name of the lesson is Improvements in Food Resources. The topics to be covered in this lesson are poultry farming, fish production and beekeeping. Poultry farming is the form of animal husbandry which raise domesticated animals such as chickens, ducks, etc. Proper management of poultry include improved method of hatching, rearing, prevention from disease, etc. India has become fifth largest producer in the world in poultry production after China, former USSR, USA and Japan. Now we will learn about poultry breeds. In India, poultry breeds are included in following three categories. Desi or indigenous breeds. There are only 4 breeds of Desi fowls. It means that is from our country. They are Asil, Chittagong, Kaggas and Busra. Asil is the most popular breed of India and selected for poultry farming. There are 4 breeds of Asil. They are Pila, Yaqub, Nuri and Kajal. Second is exotic breed. Exotic breed mean varieties of other countries or foreign breed. There are number of exotic breeds which have been acclimatized in India. The two most popular exotic breeds are White Leghorn and Rhode Island Red. Third is cross breeds of poultry. The majority of the present day chickens used for production of egg and meat through cross breeding. So these are the poultry breeds. First is Desi or indigenous breed, that is from India only. Second is exotic breeds which had come from other country in India. Next is variety improvement. The programs of crossbreeding between Indian and foreign breeds for variety improvement are focused to develop new varieties for the following desirable traits: quantity and quality of chicks, low maintenance requirement, dwarf broiler parent for commercial chick production, for tolerance to high temperature. Egg and broiler production. There are two basic targets of poultry farming. First is egg production and second is getting flesh. Egg production is profit-making business. Its main focus on minimum expenses, maximum profits. A layer start laying egg at the age of 20 weeks. A poultry farm is continually raising chickens for various purposes. There are two types of chickens, layers and broilers. This white colored chicken is a broiler and this brown colored chicken is a layer. Layers are reared to produce egg while broilers are primarily reared for chicken meat. Eventually, when layers are done laying, They are called spent layers and also sold as chicken meat. Layers have a longer lifespan than broilers as well. Now we will learn about broiler chicken. A broiler is a chicken that is bred and raised specifically for meat production. Most commercial broilers reach slaughter weight between 4 and 7 weeks of age. Although slower growing breeds reach slaughter weight at approximately 14 weeks of age. Typical broilers have white feathers and yellowish skin. Now we will learn about poultry care. Good management practices are essential for producing good poultry. The housing, nutritional and environmental requirement of broilers are different from layers. Conditions provided have to be favorable for the fast growth and low mortality of broilers. There are two distinct phases in the life of layer. First is growing period, second is laying period. So what is growing period? The first phase of the life of poultry is growing period. During this period, chickens are called growers. The growers require enough space. Overcrowding tends to suppress their growth. Second is laying period. The period from sexual maturity till the end of egg laying is said to be as laying periods, and the chickens are known as eagers. The eagers require enough space and adequate lighting. Now it's time for studying disease of poultry. The poultry bird suffers from various diseases caused by viruses, bacteria, etc. They also suffer from nutritional deficiency disease. Some diseases that are common in poultry birds are cholera, aspergillosis, bird flu, etc. Fish production. Fish is the important aquatic food which is rich in protein. It is a popular food of people in India, especially living in coastal areas. It is highly nutritious and easily digestible. Fish liver oil is rich in vitamin A and D. So, fish production is the rearing of fish on a large scale. Fisheries. Fisheries are establishments connected with capture, preservation and utilization of various types of fishes, prawns, crabs, etc. On the basis of products, fisheries are of two types. First is fin fishery and second is shell fishery. So what is fin fishery? It is capture, management and exploitation of bony fishes. And the second is shell fishery. It is capture, management and exploitation of crustaceans, crabs and lobster and molluscs, oysters, octopods, etc. Depending on the mode of fisheries are of two types: capture fishery and culture fishery. So capture fishery is the fish that is caught from natural waters, both marine and inland. Modern technology is used for capture and storage before marketing. Mechanized fishing boats and deep sea trawls are often employed to capture fish. Second is culture fishery. It is cultivating, rearing and harvesting of fish. Culture fishery is also called fish farming or pisciculture. Now we will study about marine fisheries. India has vast scope of marine fishery. Marine waters providing profitable fishing are Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Gulfs, Coral, etc. Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute CMFRI at Ernakulam, Cochin, Kerala has been set up to explore the marine resource of the country. These marine table fishes are caught by fishing nets and gears operated by fishing vessels. Second is aquaculture. The farming and harvesting of plants and animals in bodies of water for economic purpose is called aquaculture. It includes farming of fishes, crabs, lobsters, oysters and seaweeds by proper utilization of available waters in the country. Aquaculture includes mariculture and freshwater culture fisheries. So let's see what is mariculture. The marine fishes cultured in coastal waters of India on commercial basis include pearl spots, eel and milkfish. Second is freshwater culture fishery. Freshwater culture fishery of exotic carps has good prospects in lakes. These carps include the English carp, trench and trouts. It has been established in Kashmir and other places. Now, we will learn about beekeeping. Beekeeping or apiculture is the rearing, caring and management of honeybees for obtaining honey, wax and other substance. Honey is known to have medicinal value. Honey is considered as a blood purifier, a cure against cough and ulcers of stomach and intestine. It is rich in iron and calcium and thus helps in growth of human body. Beekeeping has become a favorite source of some extra income for Indian farmers. Beekeeping also helps in cross-pollination of flower of crop plants. Products obtained from apiculture. Apiculture or beekeeping provides us the following things. First is honey. Honey is a sweet, edible fluid containing sugars, water or minerals, vitamins, amino acid, enzymes and pollen. These are the contents of honey. The color, flavor and odor of honey usually depend on the flower from which nectar is sucked. Honey is an energy-rich food and also have medicinal value. Second is bee wax. Wax has a high melting point. It is secreted by wax glands of bee. It is used in the construction of hive. The wax is used by humans for making cosmetics, polishes, candles, shaving creams, etc. Third is propolis. Propolis and balms are other collections of bee from plant. This substance is used in preparing of honeycomb. Fourth is poison. Poison of bee is used in manufacturing of certain Ayurvedic and homeopathic medicine. honeybee varieties used for beekeeping. Indigenous and exotic varieties of honeybees are used for commercial production of honey in India. Indigenous varieties means the varieties that are available in India, and exotic varieties are the varieties that had came in India from other parts of the world. So indigenous varieties of honeybees are Indian bee, rock bee and little bee. And exotic varieties of honeybee are European or Italian bee and South African bee. Colony and castes of honeybees. Honeybees are social insects that live in colonies. Honeybee colonies consist of a single queen, hundreds of male drones, and 20,000 to 80,000 female worker bees. Each honeybee colony also consists of developing eggs, larvae, and pupae. The number of individuals within a honeybee colony depends largely upon seasonal changes. A colony could reach up to 80,000 individuals during the active season when workers forage for food, store honey for winter, and build combs. However, this population will decrease dramatically during colder seasons. Honeybee colonies depend upon diversity of population for survival, as each caste of bee performs specific tasks. Thus, while queens are extremely powerful within their societies, they cannot establish new colonies without the help of drones and workers who provide fertilization, food, and wax to construct the hive. Colony and castes of honeybees. According to roles, there are three castes of honeybees: queen, drone, and worker. First is queen. The body size of queen is much larger than other castes of bee. The queen is responsible for laying eggs. She lays up to 2,000 eggs every day for each season. Second is drone. Drones are smaller in size than queen. They are unable to gather food. Their main role is to mate with queen. They are stringless. They remain in colony for sleep and eat honey. Third is worker. Worker bees are entirely female, but they are unable to produce fertilized eggs. Workers are essential members of honeybee colonies. They forage for pollen and nectar, tend to queens and drones, feed larvae, ventilate the hive, defend the nest, and perform other tasks to preserve the survival of the colony. Management for high yields of honey. You might have seen a flying honeybee around the flower. The flowering plants include fruits, vegetables, oilseed, ornamental herb, shrub, bush, forest, or avenue plants. The location which are rich in nectar and pollen yielding plants for longer duration are ideal for beekeeping. In spite of rich bee flora, every region exhibits a floral dearth period of variable durations. Management for high yields of honey. To obtain good quality and higher yield of honey, following steps are taken. Number 1. Flora. The quality and taste of honey depend upon flora available for the nectar and pollen collection. Flora include variety of flowering plant such as mango, tamarind, cotton, apple, etc. Number 2 is beehive. In India, 3 types of artificial beehives are used in apiaries. First is Langstroth, second is Newton, and third is Jolicotte. Beehive is a box raised over a stand for beekeeping. Third is apiary location. An apiary should be set in a locality rich in vegetation, especially in the flowering plant. Each hive should face east. It should receive sunlight during midday. Water should be available nearby. Number 4 is honey flow and seasons. At a given location in a season, yield of honey is dependent on the duration for which abundant flora is available. The total time during which honeybees collect nectar and pollens is called honey flow period. Number 5 is swarming. Swarming is a natural phenomena whereby mass movement of bees from one place to another take place. In honeybees, swarming is done in spring season for the purpose of reproduction. Sixth is selection of variety of honeybee and site selection for beekeeping. Less swarming variety is collected for beekeeping, such as Apis mellifera or Italian bee. Now it's time for reading disease and enemies of honeybees. Honeybees are infected by viruses, bacteria, fungi and protozoa. Bacterium Bacillus episepticus infects blood of bee, causing septicemia. Brood fall disease take place by fungi. Various birds such as king crows, green blue eater, sparrows, etc. eat the bees. Wax moth is a disease of honeybee. It is controlled by exposing bee in beehive to sun by increasing the temperature. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.